Imagine losing the love of your life and then finding comfort in the eyes of a wild animal. If this story touches your heart already, please hit the like button. And trust me, you'll want to hear how it ends. Margaret had lost her husband Harold just a few months earlier. Her house felt silent, every room echoing memories of the life they once shared. Each morning, she would sip coffee at the window, staring into the quiet yard, feeling the weight of loneliness settle deeper. But one chilly morning, she noticed movement at the edge of her property. It wasn't a stray cat, it was a bobcat, muscular, spotted, wild, and very pregnant. Margaret froze, expecting it to vanish back into the woods, but instead, the animal lingered. Every morning after that, it returned. Margaret began to wait for it, coffee in hand, watching quietly from the kitchen. A silent companionship was forming. Weeks passed, and the bobcat trusted her enough to stay longer, sometimes even lying in the grass with its growing belly. Margaret whispered to herself, "You're not alone anymore." When the animal finally gave birth under her deck, Margaret couldn't believe it. Her home was now a shelter for a mother and her cubs. She felt her husband would have smiled at this, nature gifting her a strange but beautiful family. But one stormy night, that fragile peace was shattered. Heavy footsteps echoed on her porch. Then, pounding on her door. A man in dark clothing forced his way inside. She was trapped. But before she could scream, a blur of fur and claws shot past her, the bobcat. What happened next would leave even the police speechless. To be continued. She thought she was alone, but nature had other plans. What happened in the next few minutes turned a quiet widow into the witness of an unbelievable rescue. The intruder lunged toward Margaret, but before he could reach her, the bobcat exploded from the shadows, snarling, striking, clawing at his face and arms. The man stumbled, panicked, and fell backward. Margaret, shaking, grabbed the phone and dialed 911. When officers arrived, they found the thief scratched, bleeding, and begging for help. Margaret simply pointed to the corner of the yard, where the bobcat now stood guard, eyes glowing in the dark, as if daring anyone else to come closer. The police assumed it was a wild animal that had attacked by coincidence. But Margaret knew better. She kept her secret. She never mentioned the bobcat's nest under her deck. Instead, she let them believe fate had intervened. Days after the incident, the bobcat returned with her cubs. Margaret felt something she hadn't felt in months: safe. She realized that sometimes family doesn't look the way we expect. Sometimes it has whiskers, paws, and a stubby tail. The universe had sent her a guardian, and she would never forget it. Would you trust a wild animal to protect you? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible true stories.